Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kel-n-rich show. My name's Kel, and this is my very awesome husband, Rich.
Thanks, Kel. So great to have you guys here. Welcome back.
So today we got a little present in the mail. Our friend in Quebec, Benoit, sent me a shirt. Thank you so much.
Hand done. There you go. Put some electricity. It had to be a French translation.
Yes. Thank you so much.
It's awesome the way it is.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah. So we just did a Jethro
C'est
Tull.
super.
Yeah. We just did a Jethro Tull video, Aqualung, and we introduced the whole creation, how this got made, and or the story behind it. So we're not going to repeat it, but please go watch Aqualung. It's we did a double shot. We did the studio and then we did the live. So Kel, getting back to those piano abusers. Remember Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Yes. Oh my God.
That's the reference at this point, right?
That poor piano.
Yeah, right. That piano had been through some knocks.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna do go do Karn Evil 9. This is First Impression Part 2. So First Impression 1, Part 2 of 1. So there's 3 impressions of this song. It's about 29 minutes from what I remember.
Okay.
And this one just clocks in right under 5 minutes. It's a song that has been on the radio a lot. When you think of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, if you know Emerson, Lake and Palmer, if you know classic rock, you think of Karn Evil. So I'm not going to get into all of it, but I will say this. The first person it looks like, to suggest this on the request engine that we can really track well,
Right.
Was Wayne, 59 from Mason, Ohio.
Hi, Wayne.
Then there was Scott from Texas.
Hi,
then there
Scott.
was Kevin, 57 from Maine. Then there was...
All requesting this song?
Same song.
Oh.
Then there was Mago from Italy, 59 years old.
Hi, Mago.
Jack, 60 from Margate, Florida. That's right down the road.
It's down the road.
Yep. Bob Chambers
Hi, Bob.
from Palm Harbor, Florida. Andrew from Scotland. Well, that was she
So
actually
lots
suggested
of
trilogy.
people. So thank you for putting your request in the request engine. This makes it very easy
Yeah.
for us to find.
So just because we want to go with actually who got their request in first, we're going to go with Wayne, and we're going to see why this song was really meaningful to him. He said, "There behind the glass lies a real blade of grass. It doesn't get any more progressive than this." Those are the lyrics. "Besides being a unique sound that many bands have been inspired by, it's a roller coaster ride of a tune to listen to. I had this song memorized when I was a teenager and can play it in my head without listening to the album. Fun fact, the album art was H.R. Geiger, who also designed the sets and monster for the movie Alien." There you go. There you go. So thank you guys. We'll give shout outs at the end in the request engine for those that requested Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So stay to the end of that to see.
And if you want to make a request, go to the website, knr.wtf.
Yep.
You can put in some lyrics, make a request, ask us a question.
Yeah, ask Kel-n-rich.
Or you can find us on Facebook. May I have some headphones?
Absolutely,
please?
these are yours.
Thank you.
Yeah, Richard Gafter, if you want to friend me on Facebook, that's basically our account. We'll make a Facebook group eventually, but right now we wanted just to lessen our work, and you can just do a messenger request, say who you are, and Kel and I will be usually working 2 phones at the same time, or computer and a phone, and we'll hit you back. We're getting through everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you want to click the ads on the website, it just gives us a fraction of a cent every click that you make.
Yeah.
It's just a way to pay for the internet and the web guru
that we have going on
and
here.
all that stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, our web designer, his name is Jason Pellish.
Hi, Jason.
And he works at Massive Impressions. And he has done our entire website.
Yes.
He is an absolute wizard of decades of experience. We'll do a whole kind of shout out to him and his team for what he's done,
great.
and just going above and beyond
real
Call of Duty.
professional.
So he can work with you remotely, etc. So Massive Impressions, and Jason Pellish is the man's name. He's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Kel.
Okay.
So we're just going to put up. Here's the deal. There wasn't. I didn't want to give you the live version because the live version is the whole song and it's like 29 minutes. Then there's another one that was this song, but it was 9 minutes, and It's really unlike the original on the record. It's very jammy, and there was nothing else. It was just basically album covers. So I'm just putting the image there, and we'll be able to stay on the screen with everybody.
Whatever
And
you
we're
wanna
going to
do.
do a little Spotify action. All right. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Karn Evil 9, First Impression Part 2. Here we go.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. There behind the glass stands a real blade of grass. Be careful as you pass. Move along, move along. Come inside, the show's about to start. Guaranteed to blow your head apart. Rest assured, you'll get your money's worth. With this show, it happened all right. You gotta see the show. It's a dynamo. You gotta see the show. It's rock and roll. Oh, right before your eyes, we put laughter from the skies. And he laughs until he cries. Then he dies, then he dies. Come inside, the show's about to start. Guaranteed to blow your head apart. You gotta see the show. It's a dynamo. You gotta see the show. It's rock and roll. Soon the gypsy queen in a glaze of Vaseline will perform on guillotine. What a scene, what a scene. Next up on the stand, will you please extend a hand to Alexander's ragtime band, Dixieland, Dixieland. Roll on, roll on, roll on, see the show. Performing on the stool, we recite to make you through. 7 virgins out of you. Keep it cool, keep it cool. We don't like it to be known. The exhibits that were shown were exclusively our own. All
There you go. That's some classic Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, so what do you like about that?
I'm not thrilled with Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Why?
I never have been. I think they're fun. I think they were amazing. They're clever. I just think clever's taken a bit too far sometimes, and that's some of the arguments against prog, is that it's too much, like you were saying with Tull, and I like their sound. I was just never smitten by them. I thought like I was actually eyeballing one comment. I don't know why I caught this, probably because it's so huge. First of all, this is from Patricia7561.
Hi, Patricia.
And this is from 4 weeks ago. A few facts about Keith Emerson before you start to understand what he was doing live. You should listen to Keith a little more to understand that he was one of the greatest keyboard, piano, organ players of our time. And if you're classically trained, as you said, you will get it. One suggestion, be careful to say that he is not clean with his notes, because you risk to sound extremely silly, like saying Mozart used too many notes in his compositions, to quote a famous film. That level of silly. We're talking about a genius, extremely knowledgeable about classical, jazz, blues, and contemporary music, technically on a very high level. Mm-hmm. Sorry to disagree on that, but when I see you playing at the level he was, then I'll believe you. Also a very gifted composer, as Lake and Palmer were also in their 20s. 2, that little Hammond organ he used during live concerts, his abuse of the organ symbolized the mastering of the technique. When you study piano technique, this dominates you, I guess. Your hand and your brain, and it is a strain mentally and physically to master it. When you get to that point, having extensive musical education, as he had at a young age, your hands and brain are totally in sync to the point where you can relax and do whatever comes to your mind, and the hands will follow naturally. You become the master. The instrument is at your service, mm-hmm. not on the way to express your creativity in full. There must be a typo in there. That was the symbolism, the killing mastering of the technique. So there's more to it. It's a great comment on mm-hmm. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Which song was this again? This was, let me just get back. So, I'm not, that was Rondo. That was the Bach improvisation, Switzerland, 1970. So it's catchy. I like it. It's just, to me, it's just a little too clever. I love it. I mean, it's just, to me, I go from like to love, because a lot of the melodic stuff that you're talking about, the ambient music, there's something that needs to just gel a lot better. I like the new Marillion versus the old Marillion. I like the newer Genesis versus the older Genesis. I'm just that kind of, I have those kind of tendencies and those kind of likes. Not to say I don't like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It's not my first choice for older prog. That's all.
Well, and it's true, when you're playing at that high level and those high speeds, there is a risk of having it sound sloppy. So with Patricia's comment about Mozart, yeah, for sure. There's sometimes when you're playing Mozart, you think that's a lot of notes in a short period of time. And that's when your technique and your timing have to be perfect. Otherwise, you do sound sloppy and you are all over the keyboard. True. Again, I think this is a case where I need to download this song and I need to look at the music, because I downloaded some Dream Theater a few years ago after Rich had introduced me to them, because I thought the same thing of Jordan Rudness. At first listening to him, I thought, wow, there's some serious amount of skill, but is he just overdoing it and being sloppy? Is he actually getting sloppy on the keyboard? So I decided to download a few of their pieces, and then I found a piano and I decided to sit down and try to play them. And huge respect after looking at the music and then putting the music into my fingers. So I think this is one of those cases where, like the Tull, I'll have a deeper respect and a deeper understanding if I can see it and play it. Same with like Gershwin. For those of you that are musicians and have played the piano, Gershwin is brilliant and incredibly hard. And he's not my favorite. But in that, him not being my favorite, it's absolutely brilliant. And just because it's not to my liking doesn't mean it isn't fantastic. So I think that this is another example where I need to hear more, learn more, see more, and maybe try to play some. And then I'll have a better understanding of the musical devices that are in place.
Yeah.
Great comment, Patricia. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they broke the mold. I mean, they were basically saying it doesn't have to be done this way. We can do it this way. I mean, they were pioneers of that. I can appreciate them. I can appreciate their brilliance. I can appreciate the mastery.
Such skill.
But you know, you guys, how you just like some things a lot more, you love some things a lot more. That's kind of what I'm talking about here. It's not that I hate it. It's just it's not my first choice. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
I
there's a
think
ton other Emerson, Lake and Palmer songs that have been requested. We just went with the most popular.
I think it's also important in the musical education that you're giving me, all of you, that I have a wide variety to listen to and select from and look at and try and see.
Absolutely. So other songs, Lucky Man, which is I like Lucky Man better as a song. That's from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. We're also talking about Piano Concerto No. 1.
He's reading off the request engine.
Take a Pebble, The Endless Enigma, Toccata. So there's a lot of other songs that I'm sure are different, that I'm sure are better in your eyes. But this is just one that was the most popular. I went with this one. Number 2 was Lucky Man. So
And there's lots of time. We're going to be doing this for a long time to come.
Yeah.
We'll be coming back around to Emerson, Lake and Palm.
Yeah.
Or,
So
I don't even know who they are yet.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yeah.
Palmer.
So I'm
Sorry.
just going to pull John from New Mexico, why he likes Toccata.
Hi, John.
Don't know if Kel is ready for this one, but it's a masterpiece. ELP's interpretation of a composition by Alberto Ginastera. A comment on the video describes it as diabolically, dementedly delicious. So again, it's going to be in that category of breaking out,
Sure.
of doing something
Sure.
totally different, and we totally respect it. We're all about that.
And it's essential. It's essential for growth for all of us that we all break out of what we are and who we are and what we do so that we can evolve and become something else.
Absolutely.
So yeah, bring it on.
So let's
For sure.
let's-
And we may listen to this in 6 months and I may have a completely different opinion at that point.
yeah.
So
So
appreciate it.
I was reading the other comments about some of the songs, like Pirates from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, suggested by Richard, 52 from the UK.
Hi, Richard.
Why is the song Meanfield just a great track? Not enough for me to go on. Okay, so I am reading. I really am reading. Knife Edge. This is from Darth Sidious, 70 from
Darth.
Ireland. So why is Knife Edge meaningful to you? Well, it's meaningful to you. I know Kel gets nervous when Keith tips his keyboard. Mwah, ha, ha, ha. So, you know, I wanted to see just another side
Sure.
to her reaction, or another thing to react to besides just we did that already. So now let's go towards a very popular song, a song that everybody that knows ELP knows. Let's see how Kel reacts. That's the idea.
Yeah, and again, I think that my list of musical downloads for that imaginary piano, whenever it arrives at whatever point in the future, and my cello, I've got lots to do here.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
A Kiss for Pianos and Cellos coming.
Patricia, I
miraculously.
loved your comment.
Yeah,
That was
and-
awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great comment. It's long. I didn't want to read the whole thing, but it's Kel's definitely going to read it after we turn the camera off.
Sure. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks for being here.
Later. Kiss for
Bye.
good luck, good wishes, good health. Adios. Bye bye.